Mysterious glass from Santorini and Crete was due to ancient nuclear event. This is what researchers are claiming. Of course, this is not the first time we've seen such type of glass. We've seen it in the area of northern Africa that is now basically a desert. We've seen it in Egypt. We've seen it in Arabia. We've even seen this type of glass in India. And that's why a lot of archaeologists believe that they had technology such as atomic energy. And perhaps this is what something happened that went wrong. And this could have been or maybe it was intentional, we don't know. But they believe that the ancients had nuclear weapons. Apollonius of Rhodes in the Argonauts 298 to 299 writes, "Then the Harpies and Eris separated, and they went to their cave in Crete of Minos." Comment from Mr. Dariva, "That is what is being interpreted today. The UFOs went to Tutros in Crete. This cave, for some reason, radiates a lot. It has radiation. This is an indisputable fact." Kindly support my Patreon account since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. This person, the comment from Mr. Dariva, who is a Greek scientist, says that there were rumors that 4 UFOs were found there that were sold off to the United States. These rumors, he says, I can deal with Tutros again. A few months ago, he said a discovery was made in the palace of Knossos in Eureka, Crete, that archaeologists literally fell from the clouds from the discovery. The discovery was made in the storage rooms of the palace of Knossos, which are located behind the throne room on the east side of the palace. So studying the warehouses, which were characterized by Sir Arthur Evans, the archaeologist, as warehouses 100 years ago, they studied the material that the cases were made of on their floor. To their great surprise, they saw that the material of the containers in the warehouses was made of lead. Lead and its derivatives are now used to protect against dangerous radiation, gamma radiation, radioactive materials, etc. And lead was and is rare in nature in relation to copper, which was widely used in those years to make utensils resistant to corrosion and used in warehouses. So what would lead containers be used for storing materials for if these materials did not radiate radioactivity? Just the thought that the Minoans knew about radioactive materials and their properties 3,500 to 4,000 years ago caused a storm of debate amongst the archaeologists. New theories have emerged on various topics which until a few years ago would have sounded crazy to most. For example, they claim that the Minoan civilization and Santorini were destroyed by nuclear bombs. Specifically, there is an opinion which, although it seems unbelievable, there is evidence to support this view. He says, and I will write them below, that Santorini, in addition to a port, also had a nuclear reactor that exploded either by accident or sabotage. Is this nuclear eruption what was the cause that revived the volcano, that caused the volcano of Santorini to erupt? However, this explosion may have also caused the fall of the Cretan Minoan civilization to occur. Nuclear weapons in Santorini, nuclear weapons in Crete. It may sound crazy, he said, but I know. Take the trouble and read below. He says, green vitrified rocks have been found in Santorini. These are, again, the similar rocks have been found, the glass that has been found in Egypt, in Arabia, and also in India. And they used to make jewelry out of this. The ancient Egyptians used to make jewelry out of this glass because it looks so beautiful. So these green vitrified rocks have been found in Santorini, which means a momentary increase in temperature by over 1,000 degrees, and which is by no means volcanic, as the temperature of the hot volcanic magma does not reach such degrees. Such vitreous rocks formed in the first nuclear test conducted by the Americans in New Mexico desert sands. The high temperature that developed when the atomic bomb exploded turned the sand silicon into green glass. Now, coming back to ancient Crete, there are human traces that have been found on slabs in various parts of southern Crete, on beaches, that have a direction all towards the sea. What does that mean? For some reason, the people on the south coast ran to the sea to escape something. The traces left in the sand before they could be erased by the wave solidified as the wet sand solidified. Geologists and experts in these materials have concluded that this sandblasting of sand can only come from a nuclear explosion because only it reaches such a high temperature. And he says, because I have no space to close the issue quickly, he says the Cretans, the people of the ancient Cretans, knew that they could be wiped out by, of course, nuclear energy, so they built the labyrinth for shelter, he says, calling Daedalus one who was the most expert, and the catastrophe came after this. That is, they caught up and built the labyrinth. In Santorini, as in Crete, glazed green rocks have been found, as the photo here suggests. This was by Darivas Katerini, Search Magazine, and I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. So, in other words, the warehouses that Sir Arthur Evans thought were warehouses were actually lead floor, having to do with a protection, a room for protection of against radioactive elements. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.